Hi everybody, Ben here from Artless Ordinary. So I still have some leftover paint from some pours that I did, and I've decided I just want to use them up. I don't want to have too many little containers lying around with bits of paint in it. I want to kind of clear my space up. So I'm going to do a swipe, but I'm not going to do my normal ghost swipe. I'm going to try and do a normal swipe, but I'm going to use black as the background because I've done quite a lot with the white and I want to do a black one. So we are just pouring the paint on the canvas and I'm saving a little bit in my cup. I always think it's best just to have a little bit saved just in case. So I am just going to cover the canvas. I actually think I got a lot of paint here. I believe I have too much. Let's put some back in the cup. Now we'll continue with our spreading out the paint. So like normal, spread it over, cover the sides. It's always good to cover the whole surface. That way when I go to tilt to make sure that it's even, it actually covers all surface properly and evenly. If you leave bits that are dry, the paint doesn't always want to cover those bits. And it really doesn't take too long to just go over the sides a little bit. Spread it out with either your palette knife or your paint scraper, whatever you're using to cover your canvas. I'm going to move that cup out the way. Alrighty, so we're nearly there. I am going to tilt it, but I'm mostly just going to tilt it to make it even. Even though I made this paint 1 part paint to 4 parts floetrol, it's quite thick. This last bottle, so I opened up a fresh bottle of my black recently, and I've noticed that it's really thick. I have to water it down if I want the same consistency that I used to do. Well, when I say water it down, I just keep adding floetrol. I probably should just add a touch of water. So I don't know if it's because the paint's a little bit older that it's thicker, or just when the manufacturers make it, whether they are not always exact with their measurements, which is quite a possibility too. I think it does depend on the brand. Marte is a decent, I quite like it, but it isn't like superior quality. You're not paying top dollar for it, so you've got to expect some discrepancies a little bit when if you were buying something that cost you a lot more money per litre or ounce of paint, you expect a little bit more. But when it is a cheaper brand, you kind of have to just say, you know what, I didn't pay the earth for it, so it doesn't matter that I have to adjust my measurements slightly. Even though it would be good if they always did it perfectly even. That's just wishful thinking sometimes. Alrighty, so I'm mostly just going to tilt this to cover the surface and even it out. Yeah, there's quite a bit of paint still left on here, so I'm going to keep going on and off camera while I cover this. I want the canvas to be covered with the least amount of wastage, which isn't always going to happen. But it's good when you do this because you do get it even, and you can see if there is little discrepancies like chunks in the paint or not. There's not a chunk in this paint, it's just one spot wasn't flowing as evenly as the others. Alrighty, nearly all four corners done. Sorry for this, guys. Just a couple spots left and it will be covered. There we go. Okay, nice and even, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So I was right about saying today was hot. It was stinking hot. I hopped in my car and my car's parked in total shade and it's 44 degrees in the car, and the next 2 days are going to be 42 degrees now. They've increased the temperature, including for Christmas Day, so 42 degrees for both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so it's a little bit unpleasant. One thing I will say is my paintings are drying. Most of them are quite dry by the end of the day. Oh, the end of the next day. So I usually do my paintings after work in the afternoons to evenings. Sometimes before dinner, sometimes after. But yeah, it's just gotten a little bit too warm. It's making it a little bit unpleasant. So last night's painting is, I would say, 95% dry. There might just be one little patch that isn't. So I won't touch or show you it for now. I might try and take it outside. I got to get a drill bit so I can drill a hole in the wall and put a hanger out the front on my nice brick wall. And because it gets good lighting, and then I can show you what it looks like out in the sun. So this time I am just going to pour my paint straight across the middle. Alrighty, perfect. Wipe off that, put the lid back on. There's a tiny bit left. Might be able to use that for something. Probably won't be much left of the other colours because these are a bit lower. So the first colour was plum, and this colour here is, I think it's the aquamarine. I'm sure this one was the aquamarine. They've become really, really beautiful colours there. I'm really enjoyed the artwork I have done with them. And then I'm positive this is silver. So we're going to go quicker with the silver because there's not as much there and I don't want to run out halfway through. I'd rather go all the way across and then slowly bring it back. Yeah, it's dripping. So that's virtually empty now. So, do I or don't I? I'm not going to add white. No, I'm just not going to do it. Now, where are my paint cards? Let's use these ones. And I'm going to do a full swipe with the wide card. And before I do that, I need to get my swipe paper towel ready, don't I? Before I forget again, which lately I have been doing nearly every time. So I've got a swipe paper towel there. We've got this. Stand this way, and I'm just going to swipe the silver, so half the silver. So I'm definitely getting more silver than I am the other two colours. Alright, that one. The card's bent in a slightly funny position, so I will re-swipe that this way. Turn it around, do this last bit. Alrighty. What am I knocking over? My gas can. Now I'm going to get paint on my fingers spinning this around. So this has come out a lot more silver than I was hoping. I like it, but I would have liked a little bit more of the aquamarine and the plum. So like normal, the last colour you put down seems to always be the stronger one. Get another swipe paper towel. Now the problem is if I try and do anything different on this side, I will end up having two different sides. So I really have to try to keep it the same. The only difference is I'm going to do all of mine, like, that's a ruined card. I'm going to do all of mine this way instead of sideways because the card just didn't seem to like it that much that way. Okay, that card's bent. Alrighty, that's it, that's done. I don't really want to mess around with those two parts, or should I? Maybe I should just do some thinner ones with this. And hope I don't regret it. I usually do when I try to mess with things, so it's not too bad. Okay, I'm leaving it as that. I am absolutely boiling hot. I'm hot and I'm irritable, and I don't think I want to try to mess around with it anymore. it looks cool. We'll see how it looks when it dries. The lacing is absolutely beautiful in it. But I think this is, it just feels too solid, if that makes sense. Where did I put my scissors? Oh, right here. See, I'm that hot, I can't even see things right in front of my face. Yeah, I'm had enough. If I do this any longer, I'm going to drip sweat into it and it will ruin the artwork. So this is it. This is finished. And I think it will look heaps better when it dries. I think this silver will actually look less white and you'll see more of the colour underneath it. But some of these things, you actually don't know how it's going to look until it is complete. So that's it for now. I'm just going to bring you down for a close-up, and this will be tonight's video. Okay, there we go. Not over the top exciting, but it's all right. It will look, I think it will look a lot better when it's dry. But can you see this lacing in it? It's beautiful, and there is colour in there. See, I think as that dries, I think the silver will come less and you'll see the colours more. But the whole thing is just lacing all the way through, including where my reflection is. All the way, so it is quite pretty. I'm a little bit too hot to talk about it much. Sorry, everybody. I think it's still like 36 degrees inside the house. So, yeah, I'm quite ready to go lie down underneath the fan. Thank you very much. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And I'll see you soon for another pour. And have a good Christmas or holidays, whatever you're doing. I'll be having dinner with the family 2 different days. So, even better. I get food for 2 days. I think I'll be a bit heavy. But enjoy your time off, and I'll see you soon. Bye.